And if you're not, I'm gonna be an adult for a second, and it's the whole commercial is and and it's like and so at the end it says rated R for retarded. Like, oh no. It's really funny, but if you have more of the context, but still, it's just like okay, because I think it's a criticism of old slasher films and how dumb they were, sort of, you know. But whatever, we're gonna watch this new one real quick. We're gonna see.
Think positively, all right?
Yeah, because
oh my gosh,
we talked about that.
Is that Mia? I'm sorry. What was that?
Oh, I'm just saying that for some reason the stream cut out on my end.
Oh no, it shouldn't have.
Yeah.
I'll see real quick. No, my thing is fine.
It's back. So.
It's back.
So yeah, for some reason it said that an error had occurred for a moment. So.
Oh well, it's not me. Because I'm connected. It would have told me. Where's my chat? What the heck? How come my chat's not showing up? Whoa! What happened? That's weird. Like, look. You see?
Yeah.
This is my arrow. There's no chat right here, and I'm like,
Yeah, even Hash said, "Did you go offline briefly?"
Oh my gosh! I guess it just did it. I don't know. Hello? I may have to. I'm gonna refresh. I'm gonna start the replay buffer. No, I wish there was a way to reset it without going offline. Like that would be really good, but I can't. So I'm sorry, but I'm physically connected. So it has to be Twitch.
Yeah.
Or it could be that the internet just went out all of a sudden. Just slashed out.
It's
but who knows?
Possible.
But who knows? Sometimes that does happen.
Yeah.
So anyways.
All right. We talked about this.
I think that's Mia.
We hardly talk about anything else.
That is her.
Oh, she makes a return in it.
Capcom.
The castle bell heralds danger.
Ooh, interesting.
The bell tolls for us all. They're coming again.
Everyone's quoting Metallica.
Mother Miranda, I regret to inform you that Ethan
Oh, there she is.
escaped that fool Heisenberg. Because he is in my castle and has already proven too much for my daughters to handle. When I find him... No, Mother Miranda.
Oh, she's on the phone.
Yes, of course. I understand the importance of the ceremony.
It's an old-fashioned phone.
I won't let you down.
But the
ceremony. Ceremony.
It's a...
So that was interesting because there's a ceremony. I'm still getting that vibe. Oh, WB. Welcome back, or water.
Yeah. I think Sika's just saying welcome back.
Yeah, I know. Warner Brothers. Yep, that's us. Water, wet work. Yep. So, anyways, yeah. So I'm still getting that vibe of the whole like cult thing, which I don't mind it actually, because it seems like this is more European than it is Spanish or like anywhere else. Because it did it anywhere else, I think they call them racist. Because it's like, because I remember, oh my gosh, so much slack they got for Resident Evil 5. Like, oh, like, of course it was all dumb anyways, because really, we can go everywhere else, but, man, Africa's off limits.
Yeah.
Because, it's sort of like there's according to the, okay, it's kind of like, the progressive casting checklist. You know, it's sort of like, okay, two white guys are in the scene. Like, well, we need a black guy in there. Oh, okay. So we're gonna put one black guy against a white guy. Like, whoa! We can't have a white guy hitting a black guy. Like, oh, okay. So we'll have two black guys. Oh, wait a minute. You can't have another black guy and black man. That's reinforcing stereotypes. Like, see, you can't win. Anyways, but whatever. Let's go on. Woo, fancy.
Can someone please tell me what the hell is going on here?
Oh, that is Ethan. I
The
can
place
hear
is
him.
full of nothing but blood and death.
Ooh. Why are you holding a gun like that? Why aren't you shooting him? Oh my gosh, it's made of blood.
Yeah, because they gave you at least a brief look at what I guess.
I'm sorry,
one
it's
of
too
the
loud.
bosses.
I'm sorry. What?
Oh, I'm just saying that they're giving you a brief look at what could be possibly one of the bosses.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, it still has insects. Oh goodness. Oh, man, I've always wanted to be like a beastly form. You know, like one of them was like, what if there were Resident Evil bosses that were still parasites, but still look like old medieval monsters, like werewolves and vampires and stuff like that. That would be really interesting. It would still be within the lore of Resident Evil, but it would just be they wouldn't actually be vampires, werewolves. They would still be the creatures of legends, and they use that to create local superstition, you know, and control everybody. They're vampires, I believe. Yeah, but they're still biological, like BOWs. You know, they're still infected. They're still creatures that have been infected and changed through experimentation, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I wish I did the beast werewolf thing. That would be so cool. And all of a sudden, like during the boss fight, it grew 2 other heads to reinforce Cerberus or something. Like it'd be really disturbing too if it just
Yeah.
like don't do that, no. Oh my gosh, sacrifice babies.
Well, Ethan Winters. There you are.
Even winners. Vil age.
Who the fuck are you?
Let's see what you're really made of. Ethan Winters.
Is that Garmin the first hunter? Like what in the world? Now see, they showed that parasite thing again, and now it looks nothing like a hand. That's interesting. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess that's a desire. I don't know. But anyways, that's it for that one. Yeah, I can see why people are like, ooh, look at that girl.
Actually,
Look at
yeah,
that woman.
Yeah, it still does. It's just it's a little faded though, is all it is, because it's a little darker.
Yeah, of course.
It's, so,
You are correct.
so yeah.
Some
But
more
yeah,
water.
yeah, just give me a minute. I'll be right back. I gotta take a quick break here at Falco. So
Sure.
let me
know.
Give me about 5 minutes.
I will load up that Godzilla trailer. So chat, did that look like... That totally looked like a person from Darkest Dungeon or a person from Bloodborne. Like, are you a hunter? Like... That looks like a Bloodborne character. It's very medieval European. It's interesting, man. Anyways, let's go with Why not? That's a strange trailer, all right. That's great. Okay. Merrick from Merrick? Merrick. With actually reminds me of the guy from who's trying to hunt down Angel all his life. I forgot his name. Versus Kong. Well, I guess that's the official one. They're both the same one, so I may want to do the one from IGN so it doesn't get me in trouble. I guess. Merrick. I can't remember if Merrick from Buffy. Oh, I can't remember his name from Angel either. Oh man, I can't remember. The movie. Oh, the movie. Oh, you see, when you say Buffy, I'm gonna go to the show because it's much better. Yeah. He was the previous Watcher that died. Yes, which is in the lore of the show, by the way. So, yeah, I don't quite remember him though because I haven't seen that movie in forever. It's very by the numbers, but it's still not bad.
Yeah, what's not bad?
Oh, the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie. It's okay.
Huh. Never saw it.
Well, the first episode of Buffy itself takes place after that. So, it is counted in the lore that that what she did happen because she didn't burn down. But here's the thing: she didn't burn down the gymnasium as she said in the show. But whatever. It was full of his vampire. I mean, Hephaestus. Yeah. Like, okay. So, don't worry. Me and Edgelord will go over that for sure because that's like one of his passions. Oh, you can it's one of his passions, and I'm like, yeah, I'm really into that show too. But I'm not going to look over its dumb stuff because there is a lot of dumb stuff in there. But the characters are so good, it's like, yeah, the characters are very, very good. But anyways. In fact, a good character design may be coming from that series someday. I would have to do it season by season. Like, because the way I'm doing Mrs. Brisby, I'm going over every single detail of her character almost. And if I miss something, I have to put it in. I have to put it in somewhere else. Because I missed some stuff through the story, and I'm like, I need to put that in. So I do it later. and just doing Mrs. Brisby, it's taking over 40 minutes. And so, no, I mean, like, the video's already 35 minutes plus. So it's going to be 40 minutes at least. So, like, geez,
yeah, because I just rewatched it last night.
Oh, what?
Secret of Nim.
Secret of Nim is fantastic.
It was pretty it was pretty deep. I have to admit, it was pretty deep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It talks about the what about self-consciousness and all that stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just focusing on Mrs. Brisby herself.
Right.
But I'm not talking about the. Anyways, Kong. Godzilla vs. Kong. And by the way, okay, what did you think of the first movie that came out in this series with the two cockroaches?
The Mutos,
Yeah, that's
it was cool to just kind of reboot it. So, you know,
it was cool.
Oh. Granted, yeah, it's a different style of Godzilla. I'll admit that. And
I don't know if it's different style, believe it or not, because it actually reflects a lot of what happened in the past Godzilla movies. A lot of humans doing we don't care. We really like. Tell me like the plot of a Godzilla movie that didn't involve Godzilla, and it's like, I don't know because I wasn't paying attention. Like, who cares? Like, but that's kind of what that movie is. I'm like, the humans, I don't care. Well, I guess they're doing stuff. Go down to the ground. Oh, I get it. Because they're dead? Oh. 6 feet dead. So anyway, my thoughts on that movie, it was okay. But man, I tell you what, I got so angry. Because it looks like those monsters are going to fight for the first time, and it cuts. I was so hyped. And I'm like, as soon as that happened, I said, screw you as loud as I could. Because I was so disappointed. I was like, you can't do that. Not even the cool way he kills them off is enough. Like, jeez, man. But still, anyways, I didn't see the next one, The King of Monsters. I didn't see it.
Okay, because yeah, with that one, the organization known as Monarch has a role to play in that one. So
Monarch,
and yes, there's an organization called Monarch.
Sounds like the butterfly, but
it sounds like a butterfly, but no, it's an organization that's wanting to pretty much they're trying to track.
Yeah, don't worry about hibernation. You don't really have to.
I'm just saying that what Monarch is supposed to be doing is monitoring all these monsters.
Sure.
To make sure that they're not getting out of control, they're not rampaging or nothing like that, that they're just sleeping. That's what their mission is originally.
That's like telling them, no, stop. I'm like, yeah, what are you going to do?
Right, but...
It's like,
they're, even though they say to the public or whatever, Godzilla's disappeared.
Remain calm.
But yet Monarch is tracking his every single move. They know exactly where he's been going, what he's been doing. Because they say in King of the Monsters that it seems like his pattern, he's searching for something. Something's out there that he's trying to find.
Probably for an opponent.
Well, that's who it was. Yes, an old nemesis.
King Ghidorah. There he is.
Yes.
But that's pretty much what I know about. of course, because they're arch rivals, because they.
Well, spiritually, yeah, because they even indicate that unlike the Godzilla versus King Ghidorah movie from which was it Heisei era, where King Ghidorah was merged from three little Dorans.
From the Venture Brothers? Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It was like, I'll get you, Dr. Venture! The Monarch. Venture Brothers is real good. If it's a really good Adult Swim cartoon. It's really good.
I've seen it. I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Dr. Girlfriend is amazing.
But just, that's what I'm saying though with how, because
Madison Square
Garden. They call him Monster Zero in King of the Monster, because there was such a one
sounds familiar
because there was a Godzilla one called Godzilla versus Monster Zero, and they went to a planet called Planet X.
Oh yeah, where they had the battle royale.
Yeah, with Godzilla.
I've never seen it, but I've heard of it. It's one of those things. Because I'm a dumb American.
Yeah, because there was a race of aliens up there that numbered monsters from 0 to whatever, and Ghidorah was Monster Zero.
So. Oh, King Ghidorah. He's kind of cool. Except in the older films, he just his head goes out there because it's string, or whatever. Right, it's a wire. It's like, bleh. What are you doing? Those lightning.
Right, but the way they made him look in the Nuke in the Monsters was. he was a lot leaner, but taller at the same time.
I don't mind the way the new Godzilla looks, really. I think the fat look is pretty good. But that's definitely a subjective style choice. But
yeah, true. I mean, I would say my only Godzilla one that I was never a fan of, honestly, was in the 69, I think it was, for King Kong versus Godzilla. That Godzilla figure or shape, I was just like, no, that's no.
I mean,
no.
Yeah, I mean, I can give reasons why I do like this one, because it definitely looks like he has a lot more mass in the back. So that means his spikes are definitely
the spines, yeah.
Well, it makes it so he can carry the spines without it keeping him down, which means the body mass is made for it. So I'm trying to see why I like it. It seems a lot more natural that it would be like that. Or I don't know.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because did you see what was did you see the Kong on Skull Island one?
No, I did not. I did not see the Kong on Skull Island.
Oh, dude, that one wasn't too bad.
I heard it was just a good time.
It was a pretty good time. Yeah, I mean, because again, they talk about in King of the Monsters, which is going to take place in this. I'm not going to spoil it yet, but
sure.
Or is how these skull crawlers are in it.
Sorry.
For King of the Monsters. Or no, that's Skull Island.
So before you get into all that, he's thick. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Haggard. Yeah. He's a thick lizard. Okay. We get that.
I got good news and bad news. The good news is you get time away from me. The bad news is because I have to go to the bathroom. So I'll be right back.
Your turn.
Talk away! Oh. Ow, my... Oh, hey, I'm back. Oh no, my screen went to dark. I can't see chat. I can't see chat. Oh, there it is. Unexplained then. Oh no, 0%. I can see this, you know. Don't talk about behind my back. No.
And I was just asking Haggard Hashin a simple question if he's seen anything of this trailer. So.
Oh, okay. So I have an explosion on the side of the hill. That's all I see.
Right. And actually, dang, man. And actually, I was going to go over that with you because you remember, do you remember The original Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. One of your favorites.
Only so much, because it's been, I don't know, 20 years or so since I've seen that movie. But it's still one of my favorite Godzilla movies. Because well, back in the 80s, you didn't have choices. You just went to the video store and hoped they had something. Like, right. And then on Sci-Fi Channel at 12:30, well, maybe Godzilla will come on. I mean, not Sci-Fi, but it was like it was a UPN channel or something. You know, it was one of the new channels because we didn't have cable.
Right, because what that mountain is, because they took a little bit. They're taking little bits of pieces from the original Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla movie.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
And
I remember you not knowing that if it's a real that it's supposed to be the real Godzilla doing all this stuff. And then and then like the people are like, Anguirus is like his friend. Why is he like trying to kill him?
Right. But there's no Anguirus in this one.
I know. I'm just recounting the plot.
Right. But no, that because they said Anguirus had a call out to Godzilla, and it wasn't his normal call. So.
Oh my gosh, yeah, because all I remember is that the human plot is really, really dumb because they're like, oh my gosh, look, they're space monkeys. I'm like,
oh, the aliens,
yeah. And I'm like, I don't care. Take me to the real fight. I'm like, yeah, like the good stuff. Godzilla versus Godzilla, and then Godzilla does the Batman thing where he goes into the ocean and learns how to absorb lightning. And I'm like, how? I don't know. So he uses that to like be a magnet. How does it work? I don't know. Only the Insane Clown Posse knows that one. So,
but no, because in the early parts of the
my straw fell out
of Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla.
Oh man,
I
love that movie.
Right.
Because Godzilla bleeds in that one. I'm like, jeez.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen him bleed a lot, except for Gigan or something.
Godzilla versus Gigan, yeah.
Yeah, and that was terrible too. I'm sorry. I'm like,
it was back in its days.
Yeah,
if you look at it today,
Mechagodzilla's much better.
But because that's what I'm saying is in the original Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, there is an explosion almost like this, just not in a city though.
Yeah, I remember. Man, okay, I kind of remember that now. You're kind of refreshing my memory.
Right, because it was kind of near Monster Island. That's where they showed Anguirus in the beginning of Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, and you just see that explosion. Next thing you notice is. Yes, when it comes to the Godzilla scene, you see Godzilla show up, but it doesn't sound like Godzilla's normal roar. And then when it does what would be the atomic breath, it's yellow, not blue. So
I do also like it because he does try to, because a lot of what happens in the old movies is that when monsters are having a conversation, you can kind of tell what they're talking about. And Anguirus is trying to talk to Godzilla, but Godzilla's probably like, I don't understand you, or they're trying to mimic his, he's like, you're not Godzilla! And, like, that's what I get from that. And I'm like, okay. Like, even as a child, I got that from watching it so many times.
Right, exactly. Because that's why when Anguirus came out of the ground, you kind of get the idea is he's trying to ask Godzilla, "What are you doing?
Why are you being a jerk to humanity?" Because this is the good Godzilla continuity. The '90s Godzilla, as it's called, like in video games, there's the '80s Godzilla, and then there's the '90s Godzilla. I mean, no wait, there's the '90s Godzilla, and then there's 2000s Godzilla. The real monster is the 2000s one. Because, man, he doesn't give a crap about humanity at all. He just kills things.
Yep.
I do love it in the end. Okay. I think you will appreciate this. because I bought Godzilla Final War, and it's so they did beat the crap out of the the other Godzilla, the American one. That was kind of fun.
Zilla version, yes.
Yeah, and that's not the part I'm talking about. The part I'm talking about was at the end where Godzilla's son and the guy with the gun, and and they're trying to stop each other from committing violence against each other.
Right.
And I'm like, that's not going to stop Godzilla, guys. I'm sorry, but it just,
I do have to laugh at that part.
Because it's like atomic breath. It's like, sorry, son, you're not as cutthroat as I thought.
Right, because
he was like, oh no, a gun.
I know.
And
that's
I'm like,
what I just laugh at. Like,
I know what you're trying to do.
The man's pointing a gun,
and it's really stupid.
Yeah. I agree. I'm just like,
it's very funny, and I'm like,
the thing's not gonna even pierce his skin. What are you thinking?
Oh, I just love the kill count. I love beforehand they act like celebrities, and like the one of them becomes like a part of a boy band or something, and like I love it, like those stupid aliens.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing, though. When that happens, though, it's like, maybe we shouldn't be doing this. Like, I actually would have liked it more if some of them were like, maybe they're not... Maybe we shouldn't take them over. Maybe we should help them along in their technology or something. It's like, no, we must rule them. I'm like, okay. And, like, you know, a little bit of hesitation. But, you know, like, are they really that bad? You guys look the same.
Yeah.
Because they're played by human beings. So, anyway, let's get this trailer. I'm tired of looking at this explosion. Michael Bay, he's wishing that, man, he's like, never go off that. Hold on. Okay, let's go.
This is our only chance.
Is it?
We have to take it.
Okay.
We need.
I like that. He was
Yeah,
like,
actually, you know what?
He's looking at the chain. He's like, like, are you sure? You're supposed to keep me here?
But go back just a little bit.
Okay.
You know, go back a little bit towards the city, and pause it right as you see the dust starting to, and everybody heading underground.
Okay.
And
I see. Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah, you see who that is? You see who's there?
No, I don't. Is that Mecha? You think?
That's Mecha. That's Mecha.
You think
Godzilla.
so, huh? It could be that other thing. What's that other drill?
Mogira? No, that's not Mogira. That
okay.
is purely Mecha Godzilla.
Why did they make Godzilla? Who made it? Like
Monarch.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
Oh, that's spoilers for King, I guess.
But again, spoilers for you because.
Okay, I don't care that much, really.
Well, because what happens is I got the feeling because at the end of Godzilla versus
Sure.
Again, when I speak too fast. At the end of Godzilla King of the Monsters, there's an extra scene past the credits.
Of course they
Because
do.
in it, yeah, because at one part, Godzilla and King Ghidorah fight in the water in one part of the movie. Godzilla rips off one of the three heads, and this Black Op organization gets a hold of that head.
Oh, okay, sure. Okay, sure.
Yeah, the head is still active, but it's just dormant. That's the weird thing, is because King Ghidorah is not a natural monster; he's an alien.
Oh,
so,
neat.
Because in King of the Monsters, he regenerates that third head.
That's kind of cheating.
You see the regeneration growth of it, and then, yeah. so
he's got the G cells. No.
Something like that. But as well as, because, my thought is, This scene probably is going to be maybe close to the end, is my thought.
I just hope that it doesn't pull a Ninja Turtles, where it's like all the cool stuff happens at the last 15 minutes.
Oh,
like,
no. Because
no.
it's that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's why I told you earlier. They're going to be pulling parts from the old Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla movie, where you're kind of. My thought is it's going to be like that. You're going to be thinking throughout most of this. It's possible that 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 you're thinking it's Godzilla, but this is Mechagodzilla doing this.
Yeah, sure. Like, except he doesn't seem to wear a suit. So, where's that flesh suit? Well, let's see. Well, the whole point of doing that, though, in the past was to ruin Godzilla's name. I don't know why, but I don't know. But it's like,
right.
I don't understand why they did that, but I don't see the reason why they would do that now. It's just like, we need it because what if Godzilla went rogue? That's actually a much more, that could be something he would do. Because it's still a giant monster. What if he decides one day he's sick of humanity? Like,
oh yeah, and that's one thing that they say at the end of King of the Monsters is, that one of them says, "I'm glad he's on our side, for now."
Yeah, that, which does sound like a throwaway line. I don't know, but I haven't seen the movie yet. But I didn't hear it was very good. So okay.
I'd say do your own opinion on it. Don't go by what the critics say.
It's not exactly critics, but sure. Look, I haven't seen it yet. I will, because I'm also want to see Power Rangers. Like, I haven't seen that yet either. Like, I would love to see that, because I'm a Power Ranger fan now. But like with anything, you gotta be cool and collected when it comes to being a fan.
Yeah.
Don't be those like, oh man, it's just that all these companies blame fans for everything now. If you ever notice that, it's like, oh, it's the fans that don't like it, so it's okay if we don't like the fans. It's like, no, it's like the fans are the people who paid to see your crap shows. Stop making them worse. Like, they pay to see your crap movies. Stop making them worse. Like,
yeah.
Like, and then you were surprised when like you get like berated on Rotten Tomatoes or something. It's like stop it.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Yeah.
This is our only chance.
So why do they need...
We have to take it.
So here's a question. Why do they need Kong?
Because at the end, again, towards the end of Skull Island, this one's going back to Skull Island, they show...
Oh my god, just like the MCU.
The Godzilla and Kong have fought numerous of times, at least their ancestors. So it's possible that that they're
that makes sense.
Kong over because they think that Godzilla has become this evil thing, and they need Kong for his intelligence. And I don't disavow that with Kong at all, that he's highly intelligent. That they need his intelligence and his strength to try and kill Godzilla. So that's just my take on that.
I don't understand why they want to kill Godzilla, but okay. Okay. Well, sure. Whatever they want to say, I'm not sure about, because it's like, well, it's in his genes. He hates him. Like, that doesn't make any sense. That's not how genes work. But okay, I can see Godzilla being that way because he's an ancient creature, but Kong, I don't think Kong lived that long ago. Or unless he was taught that
not
Godzilla.
Right.
Okay.
Right. No, it's that because again, it's Kong's ancestors that.
Yeah.
Godzilla.
It doesn't make any sense to me. Like.
Because you need to see Skull Island because Kong and
Skull
Island was just a juvenile. He was still what you would call a teenager in
Sure,
Skull
sure,
Island.
sure. He's
And-
a up and comer. Like, why do I have more hair in this place instead of others? Kind of at age.
Yeah, because Kong's species was nearly wiped out by the skull crawlers.
By the skull, what?
Skull crawlers. That's what these reptilish things were called in Skull Island.
Oh.
And they wiped out. They nearly
So
wiped
those
out.
were Godzilla's ancestors, and so he's. I wonder if in Skull Island he saw something that led to him that would look like Godzilla or something. Because that would
Possibly.
be good. But yeah, but I don't want to write it for them. You know, like.
Right, because again, there's this.
There's people like, oh my gosh, get to the trailer already. Like, that's not the point. It's not the point. The point is to dissect. Like, it still doesn't make much sense to me, but you gotta have a reason to do that. Well, that's easy. Have Godzilla be out at sea, and then he shows up on Kong Island, and he gets really, and then, like, Kong gets really territorial about him, because he's a foreign intruder. And he's big. He's powerful. And he's like, you get off my island. And he's like, okay, sure. And then, when they take him over, he sees it as the new land to protect. You know, and Godzilla's on that land. And he's like, ooh, my primal instincts are coming out. Like, you know, you could have done something like that. I don't know. Like,
Well, yeah, you'll get a look at Kong's expressions actually throughout.
yeah, because I saw him in the chains. I'm gonna go to the chains part. Because now he's just sleeping. I wonder if they knocked him out.
Possibly.
He's like, get on the boat. We have to chain you up. He's like, hands up, no shoot, right? Okay. Okay. But whatever. All right. Oh my gosh! Look at that shiny thing. Yeah, he's like, look at his face. Look at his face. He's like, really? Are you sure about this? I love how humans stand right next to these monsters and are not afraid in the least. Like, yeah, whatever. Hey, Carl. You're right next to the giant ape? Like, yeah. He's cool. Like, he's like, he ate one guy this morning. Really? Oh, that sucks. Like, okay. Come on, Homer, stop eating me. Have you seen the King Kong episode of Simpsons?
I think I did.
Okay, because that's where that comes from. It's
yeah,
really good.
it's. Yeah. You know, now you're refreshing my memory. Yes,
It's really good because he's like, he's like, I wish we're going to Candy Apple Island. He's like, what's there? 8, but they're not so big. He's like, what? Doesn't make any sense. Well, why did it go away from my chat? What the heck is going on? Okay. Sorry, it just went off my dashboard. I don't know why. So, yeah. So it's like, I think we're going to Giant Ape Island. What's there? A giant ape. You know, and stuff like that. And then he goes there, I wish I was going to Candy Apple Island. He's like, what's there? It's like, it's just 8, but they're not so big. And I'm like, what? Shouldn't there be candy apples? But anyways, yeah, it's a really funny short story where Homer, King Kong, marries Marge, the human being. And,
right.
And then he's like, are we the bride or the groom? He's like, whoa! And like he tries to right this way. Because it's just a monkey, and he's like, which side are you on? And it's like he's like, it's this high. It's because his arm only goes so high. Mm-hmm. Like it's really funny. I was watching that Godzilla dancing video before he came back too.
Yeah.
He dances the Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's hilarious. So anyways, yeah, I like the way he looks, but these people look.
Well, yeah, because again, with how they kind of made Kong in this,
it's scratched too.
Well, Skull Island originally he didn't have that thicker bit of fur on him either because he was younger. But
he looks like he has I think it's a widow's peak or something. So yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you can definitely see his battle scars, though. So
yeah, like Okay, so yeah, those guys look fake.
Kong. The world needs him.
The world needs him. Well, you better justify that if you're going to say it in the trailer. The world needs King Kong. And he just when he gets off the boat, he starts to climb on every building and throw stuff off it. He's like, maybe the world doesn't need Kong. So, yeah. So,
And there's a child. She's the only one he'll communicate with.
Of course. Of course. What is it about like little kids and giant monsters, especially in this franchise? I'm like, no, I mean like in this movie franchise, not the entire like, because like I understand the Mothra one, because she needs people to communicate for her, and she wants to be a friend to humanity, so she has emissaries. With Godzilla, it's like he's just a beast. Why do you need a human being to latch onto? Like, you are.
Well, that was like Gamera. Why do you need? Why is he such a friend of children all of a sudden? You know?
Oh, see, that makes sense because I'm sure there's a story behind Gamera. I don't know Gamera. Like he's just friend to children everywhere.
Yeah.
At least that's set up from the beginning. But this is like every monster seems to have a child who just latches on to. I don't know. Like this seems to be something. I think they're afraid of not letting the monster speak for themselves, so to speak. It could be, and they want to force humans in there in order to hire more people. Maybe, who knows? But
yeah.
That's only a guess. That's nothing concrete, but yeah, that'd be a way to hire more people for your movie, or to be more diverse. Is like, hey, what if we had another child speaker? Like, sure. It could be a political thing too, where it's like the children of the future, stuff like that. I don't know, but maybe I'm looking too deep into it.
It'll probably get deeper when the movie comes out.
Sure. Because here's the thing about Godzilla monster movies. They're very simple. Very simple.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
You don't need to complicate them. Because the original Godzilla movie was simple. He's meant to be radioactivity. That's it. Mm-hmm. And it shows the horrors of what he did. At least the original Japanese one, not that American one that said we should build weapons of war. Like, no, that's actually the opposite of the message of Godzilla. But
especially Godzilla was actually out of Japanese folklore as well.
Yeah, I didn't know. But I do know that the original Godzilla was a warning because it was about the dropping Hiroshima. It's like they didn't want that to happen again. But they didn't. Here's the thing, though. They didn't make the scientist the good guy or the government the bad guy or anything like that. They just said it's a warning about what happens when you mess with that kind of destructive power. It's no one's the bad guy or the good guy. It's even the scientist kills himself. He doesn't want that information of destruction getting to the wrong hands. So, and it's really sad. But that's a moral thing. But whatever. Kong as good as in the trailer? I don't know. I haven't watched the full trailer yet because we take a long time to go through this stuff. Because I like to take my time and dissect things. Plus, I'm copying somebody else. But, I like his format, and this is the way I want to do it. Exactly. Check it out for yourself, watch cowards. I like talking my chat cowards. That makes them stay.
Yeah, that's a good way to lose half the haggard.
It's like, why can't I reach partner? Cowards! So anyways, by the way, I love you all. I really do. You guys are great. I can't wait for you guys to betray me in the future. So anyways. There's a little bit of blur over there, but I think that's just lens flare. It's a ghost dot.
I knew that they had a bond. She had nowhere to go, so I made a promise to protect her.
Okay. It's like the giant. So was she there in the first place? Is she like her daughter? And like I don't know. Like
no, I don't suspect that she's the daughter per se. It's kind of like you might call it like a friendship kind of thing. Like,
it's my bed.
She might have
well,
known.
hold on. I'm sorry, but I have to say bye to Hager Hessian. He's going to bed,
Okay.
and he might wake up for movie night. Who knows? But that's okay.
Yeah.
Bye, Hager Hessian. Thank you so much for hanging out. You're a trooper because I'm a long-winded Birdman. So I see I can make fun of myself too. See, it's all about self-degradation.
Yeah, and Hessian Haggard, dude.
Haggard.
Dude, through Katie's Discord, you and I gotta have a chat sometime, man. Just
oh yeah, you need to chat with everybody. It seems. He's
just,
like, hey, we need a private chat sometime.
Oh yeah, just trying to schedule some time about talk.
Oh yeah, like
let's just talk some movies.
So far, Katie's been my favorite streamer to watch. In fact, it's almost the only one I watch. Like, because she just, I think she just gets me. I think I don't know. Like it's really like oh like, but whatever. I think she has a connection with everybody. Well, have a good night, guys. Yeah, you too, man. Stay safe. And in your bed, you know. Cold just comes for us all. Winter is here and coming. You know.
Yeah.
Like the Night Walkers or Stalkers or something. I don't know. So, the quote Metallica. What's that? It could be something underneath your bed. In your closet, in your head.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the beasts under your bed.
Under your bed,
closet,
yeah.
Enter Sandman.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Enter Sandman, which was like one of the like, it sounded like a boss battle. Wow. Because everything comparable is to video games. So, anyways, it's like, oh, why'd you protect her? I protect her. Get out of here, Mom. He just slaps her. Like, oh, like, yay! Now I can stay up whenever I want. I love you, honey. You can stay up anytime you want to. No, I'm just kidding. Like, I don't know. I'm very confused. Was she there in the first place? Did she just survive on Skull Island, or did you just
probably? Because I never saw the young girl, so that could be.
Yeah, it's some. Then she was brought there by probably her I don't know. Is she an orphan? Like I don't know.
Yeah, again, she's new. I didn't see her in Skull Island or the other two Godzilla movies. So it's.
So I'm gonna go back a little bit, and I'm gonna hear that again because I don't want to misrepresent a trailer. How dare I misinterpret a trailer? It's almost like trailers do that in the first place. So anyways, going back. Okay, it looks like she's right here. She's a native. Like, she's, and she has a doll. I don't think it's made of, I don't know.
This child.
It's made out of straw and mud. And he was like, "Did you make that for me?"
She's the only one he'll communicate with.
I knew that they had a bond.
They had a bond. So do they not have it anymore? Then why do you need her?
It could be because, again, kind of like the Mothra thing. It could be maybe like how the young girl kind of just keeps a Kong's temperament under control because of him being a lot older and all that now. So
I don't know. It just doesn't make any. Yeah, I would rephrase that.
yeah,
because it's like that you just made a contradictory statement.
Well, I'm just saying that what it could be is that
we'll see.
Yeah, she's. I think it's a mutual friendship kind of thing. Like, yes, she has this bond with Kong.
And it's like she's still. Yeah, I see what you're getting at. Like, it could be that like they still have a bond, but it's not as strong as it could be.
Right.
But I'm kind of writing it right now, I guess. But still, it's just an interesting phrase that like, why would you put that in the trailer? Like, why?
Yeah.
You might think I hate it or something, but I really don't. It's just that it's a weird line. Like
it is. So.
Okay.
She had nowhere to go, so I made a promise to protect her.
So that's an interesting line too, because how did she know about her? How could she, if she's from the island, then how could she protect her? Made a promise to protect her, or else like maybe, okay, a theory. Maybe she was on the. You see that noise again? It sounds like a bag of chips.
That's just me thinking. Sometimes I just.
You're thinking. It's like Your thinking sounds like a bag of chips.
Because I rub my head.
I don't know. It's just a weird sound. It's because if you hear the stream,
I didn't realize that the headphones pick it up.
Oh, it's headphones.
Yeah.
Oh, it does sound like a bag of chips being ruffled around through a microphone. Like it's really weird sound. Nothing is safe in this bed. I love that line. Thank you, Haggard Ashton. So it's an interesting line because like I wonder if they had like a. So they come to check it out again, and it's a and there's people on the island, I'm sure, that worship the thing or something,
Worship Kong, yes. Because Kong's their protector.
Yeah. So and one of them is a little girl who connected with Kong, and so there was and then all of a sudden there was a base there, and she came on the island to communicate with them and found this little girl and made a promise to protect her. That's how I'm thinking it might happen.
Possible.
Like to research, not to, just to do research.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm thinking, but again, I'm sort of writing it myself, and that's the way I would kind of do it. Sometimes I'm too smart for my own good that they would do something, decently smart. But Hollywood is not that.
Yeah.
They wouldn't come up with something that would make logical sense because nowadays, if you haven't noticed, it's all about. There's three things Hollywood loves to do nowadays: is to surprise you, and avert your expectations, so to speak. Take old characters and ruin them. Take an old franchise and try to make other agendas and all that stuff out of it. Like that, it's really weird. But so, let's continue.
And I think that in some way, Kong did the same.
Well, yeah, you just said that. So, okay. Oh, there it is. There's cause and effect right there. Okay, so they're on that ship with, and then like that little girl gets hit by a spike of Godzilla's and could die or get hurt or something. And then Kong is like, I don't like that at all.
Right, right. Because again, that's Kong's friend right there. So.
Not a friend. It's like, yeah, it's definitely close friendship. It's kind of
Right.
like almost like a daughter to him.
Right, right, exactly. So and what Godzilla just did, nearly, you know,
he was like, sorry,
you know, with
and he gets this big piece of paper and he tosses on the ship. It covers the whole ship. It's his insurance information. Sorry, this is not covered. I have Geico because it's a lizard.
Jeez.
Yeah, he's very superficial. In fact, Godzilla's kind of racist. He's like, an ape. Dang, God, you're ugly. He's like, oh my gosh, I thought insects. Gross. What is that? Is that a mammal? You subspecies. Lizard King all the way. Yeah, his favorite villain? Lizard King. From Spider-Man. Yeah. Like, everyone should be a lizard. He's like, yeah, I'm on your side.
Yeah.
Lizard King Master Race. Here we go. By the way, I'm kind of sick of the blackouts in trailers. I'm just now noticing that. Because, like...
They don't do any justification. It's just an annoyance.
It's just to create dramatic tension for the next scene of what's going to happen next. But we don't need that. It's a trailer. Just move on.
Yeah.
Like, and plus when you do that in a theater, people, like, stumble on themselves.
Yeah.
I remember doing that once. I was trying to find my way to a theater and trailers were talking. I'm like, I couldn't see a thing because everything was black, and then it would turn back on. I'm like, my eyes! Like, it's really annoying. So, anyways, that change it's over. Airplanes. Okay.
Right, the fighter jets.
And he's like, guys, he's like, is it raining?
Well, yeah, because for crying out loud, these missiles just don't even phase them. It's just
they're kind of like mosquito bites. So like, stop it.
Right, it's just an irritation to him. It doesn't really do anything.
I mean, you would have to get like really close, like to his eyes or something, in order to do damage.
Right, because in Godzilla 2000, now those missiles that they used punctured through him, so he felt that. So, but
Godzilla 2000. I don't remember that one as much as 1985. But I forgot about Godzilla 2000. Is that the one they find out he has regenerative genes, the G cells?
Yes.
Okay, yes. I kind of remember it. It's really hard to because I haven't seen that in forever either. Well, because it was very generic. Whereas at 1985
it was what they called the
different.
Millennium series of Godzilla.
Yeah, I mean it's not as bad as some of the other ones, but it's definitely nothing I remember. 1985 I remember because of the music. Dang gone. Like I hate to say it, but that the music in that movie is really good. It had one of the best tracks for Godzilla ever. I'm like, oh my gosh! Like,
yeah,
he's really kind of horrifying.
No question about, no doubting that the 2000s, music was superb.
Well, probably because the 80s has the best tracks of music ever. Fight me. Because they know how to make movies back then.
Right.
And they use practical effects, which will not always be better than CGI. Like, for example, if that was made today and they wanted to use, what you had to do is that CGI to hide all the stuff that's mechanical on Godzilla. That's how you do it, though. Like, that's what they did in the Force Awakens. They would hide all the stuff that was that would do it practically. But anyways, I mean, yeah, he's going to notice that and he's not going to be happy. In fact, when he does that, when you retaliate like that, it's not going to do anything except end more lives. I hate to say it, but just let him go. Like,
right.
You're wasting your resources.
Yeah.
And lives.
Right.
I get what you're doing, but trust me, it's not gonna do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. What did I just say?
Whips the tail out. And
Oh no! Does he see the dead body? Oh. He's like, you're on my turn. Oh my gosh! I do like his face. He yells down at the water because he's an animal, of course. And then he's like, Godzilla's like, where do you think you are? It's like, oh, yeah, that's right, I'm on water. It's kind of funny. I wonder if it's just like a video game boss battle. Kong would jump between each aircraft carrier in order to fight Godzilla.
Yeah, but wait till you see what happens, though. These they give one good...
Oh, yeah, you mean that scene? Yeah, I saw it in the GIFs. Like, I looked at Godzilla GIFs, and it's like, you spoiled it!
Where, yeah, gives him a good old punch to the jaw.
Axe handle, yeah. More events below.
Oh my gosh,
geez,
you just got raided.
Oh, yeah, we did. Welcome. Would you please shout them out, please?
Not a problem.
Yeah, we have those. Thank you, Lady Game Guy. You see, I'm not good with names. Never happened. I can't read names off the thing. I've never been able to do that.
Welcome to the...
Welcome,
to
yeah, we're in discussion. Woo! Like, if you're interested in pausing trailers, wow. I just got a follow, I think. Or was that...
Okay.
I don't know. What was that? Oh, it's a party of 7. Woo! This is a party of 7, but this one says 2.
Yeah.
So, I'm getting conflicting things going on.
Yeah.
Wow, I've been on for an hour and 7. Nice. So, we to get you up to speed, have been so behind. Yeah, that's what it was. And so thank you for coming by. And what we're doing is we looked at the Resident Evil 8 trailer. We analyzed the crap out of it. And now we're doing the same thing for Godzilla vs. Kong. Because we are old-fashioned Godzilla fans, I would think. Would you think about yourself that way? You're definitely more about the old Godzilla stuff.
I'm a diehard Godzilla fan.
I'm not quite as diehard, but yes, I have a Godzilla figure in my closet. I'm looking at.
I have got several Godzilla figures.
I have the one with the red lipstick.
I've got that one. I've got Space Godzilla. I have Mothra and I have Gigan.
We pause a lot. And by the way, BN stands for background noise. This is meant to be heard. So, I actually
early 2000s.
So what I'm doing is, I will actually... What? What's going on?
Lady Game Guy, she's talking about...
Oh, the 2000? The New York? Oh, one. That one. You know what? I'd like to go over that movie sometime because I think it got a little too much hate.
I'm sorry, that's the one...
Yes, I know.
One I can't...
Matthew Broderick one, it's bad. But I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. Like, there's some parts of that movie that are good.
The animated series that they did for it made it justice. It did the movie justice.
Mm-hmm. And then when Godzilla Final Wars looked good, you killed him. Kill him dead.
Yeah.
Kill him dead.
Yeah. Yeah. Godzilla eating fish was just...
That's a lot of fish. Like, and then oh my gosh! And by the way, it's done by that guy who did all those disaster movies. And if you don't know what like Armageddon, not Armageddon. It was a bunch of disaster movies that never panned out. He had really good trailers, but really bad movies.
Right.
Because Godzilla trailer was awesome. That guy on the fishing dock, and you gotta wonder what it was, and you wonder how big it was, and it was just Godzilla, and you never saw the monster. You just saw his foot, and I'm like, daggone, that's a good trailer.
True.
And I'm
The
like,
trailer was
daggone it.
better than the movie.
Yeah, and then you had the children velociraptors. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's one thing that's always been a mystery, as you could call it, is what is the species of Godzilla? Is it a male or is there a female? Or...
Well, the thing is that it's sort of like a Jurassic Park thing, where it's basically it's like, well, he doesn't they don't need it because she's been pregnant for a while and she's looking for a new nesting ground. So it's like, oh, okay, that's definitely a female because she's laying eggs.
Right, but just the whole Godzilla lore,
but
in general.
Well, it's not really. I don't think they count that in lore. They just bought the license and said it's ours now. We're gonna kill on screen. That's the story, actually. Like we're gonna buy it, and then we're gonna kill it.
In that one, yeah.
Like, oh, okay. Because it's not such a bad idea to just have a lizard monster that's not Godzilla. That's not such a bad idea. But, yeah, they did just to kill it. I believe Godzilla came out in 1999.
Right, exactly. About
and then there was Godzilla 2000.
Somewhere around that point.
It's still a better movie. Even though I kind of forget that one, I'll never forget 1999. It was so bad. But, do I think it's as bad as people say it is? Not really. No. But that doesn't mean it's not bad. But anyways, back to the trailer. We spent a long time talking about who knows what. Then we just go on with the trailer. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, see? It's almost like what I said. Okay. He punches him in the face. Like, okay, do that. How did he know it's gonna blast that? What do you have pre-kinged on mission? Like,
yeah, because one thing you should do is go back a little bit right as Godzilla's coming onto the ship.
Yeah,
and because you can see a blue spark just happen just right as Godzilla comes on. So, and that wasn't from his, atomic breath or nothing like that. That's where I got the feeling, like I was explaining earlier.
Oh, I like that expression. That's my expression when he dodged. What? Just kidding. Okay.
I don't know.
Here he goes. I don't know. It's like, how did he know that breath was coming? Like, how? Like, he should have been hit by it, at least.
Possibly.
Because the only reason he's not hit by it, because if he ever was hit by it, he'd be dead. Like, there would be no issue.
Right.
But they can't let that happen, because you have to build this up. But whatever.
Because again, you'll see just down in the lower corner, just as Godzilla's claws coming down.
Oh, you're far away. Oh, and I'm not there yet.
It's Godzilla.
No kidding. No, I thought it was. I don't know. Zilla. I don't know. It's kind of like, I think it's Godzilla. I'm like, who else? Like, I think it's Barney. I'm like, what? What? Oh, fire breath. Like, oh no, Barney. Anyways, so he's coming up. Okay, I don't see any sparks. No.
There's a small blue spark that comes up just.
It could be from the
right around the hand.
It could be from the electronics he just smashed up. I don't. I'll check it again. Maybe they fixed it in post. They said, "Why'd we have that on there?" Like, I don't know. I'll keep a watch out for it. Yeah, it is. Okay, so I know what you're talking about. So they go into the so he drags his claws into the ship, and so the sparks are coming from the beneath the floor electronics.
Right.
Absolutely. Like,
Yeah.
I definitely noticed that. Yeah, because it's obvious. Because it's like there's a lot of technology in this day and age. I'm starving. Hey, no, not a problem. Eating is first priority.
Oh, indeed.
I think we're gonna go off as soon as this trailer's off. By the way, so
Yeah.
it won't be much longer anyway. So you can eat your heart's content. And then I got like, I don't like it when, oh man, we talk about thumbnails. Okay, bad thumbnail makers. Stop using the red arrows, please. I'm like, it's really dumb. I'm not stupid. Okay, I'm not a child. I don't need to go, look at this right here, and there's nothing there. It just has a red arrow on it. And it's a clickbait thing.
Yeah.
So, anyways. I'm gonna move forward. I mean, he slugs him and then he pushes him off. And then they throw depth charges in there.
Right.
Which is like, okay, that's a good idea, but I wonder if that's the way depth charges actually go in like that. Because the only depth charges I've ever seen is like World War II footage with drums, and I'm like,
right,
oh.
the old style
I
ones.
wonder if they can do it like that, like it's a missile.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, that's really interesting if they can do that.
Yeah,
Of course,
they
here's the
actually
thing
can.
about it's not out
They
of the
actually can.
possibility either, because you have to think about it. What would you push forward more than anything else right now? Like military force, because monsters are being, you know, spouting up everywhere. You'd be like, president or dictator or whatever. We need a military budget, and we need it now. Like, we need to expand that budget. We need to be able to do whatever we need to do at the moment we need to do it. We need better shells. We need piercing guns. We need the technology, research, you know, all this stuff. And I think they would give it to them. So it makes sense that they would have like depth charges. I don't think that's. I think that could happen in real life. You know, I don't see that not happening.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm just saying that right now. Yeah. It's going. I'm not trying to argue the point or anything. I'm like,
Oh no.
I'm just
Oh,
trying to
no.
go through the logic of, would that really be there? And the answer is
Yeah.
yes. Like,
Oh, yeah,
even
definitely.
if it doesn't exist, it makes sense that they would have it on a aircraft carrier, or at least a battleship. You know,
Yeah.
like, you get attacked by submarines. What are you gonna do? Okay. Especially if you're hunting for Godzilla, you would want battleships that could do all this.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, because Godzilla's amphibian. So.
And amphibious, yes. Okay.
So.
Again, he dodges the laser.
These are dangerous times. Godzilla's out there and he's hurting people, and we don't know why.
Oh my gosh, it's not Godzilla. You're correct. So it's not. So it's not Kong versus Godzilla versus Kong. It's a lie.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's and actually, you know, because again, if you go back a couple of frames, right where they're at the
It's a blue
at that
laser.
laboratory, you'll see a screen that's got something on the background.
Systems charge. Minimum charge. We're not doing
Yeah,
like secrets revealed for trailers or anything. We're just going through the trailer. Okay, guys?
These are dangerous times.
Okay, you have systems, something, I'm charged. That's all I'm saying. It looks like the background for a stream. Like, that's what it looks like. He's like, Dad, you're interrupting me streaming
Yeah, that's,
my
it says
my channel.
emergency system charge.
Come on, Dad. I'm trying to make a living. No one makes a living going and get a real job. This is my job, Dad. Like, okay. No, I'm just trying to put humor into it.
Godzilla's out there and he's...
Oh my gosh, wait a minute. Whoa, wait a minute. I noticed that. Oh, just kind of funny. I was actually watching the EFAT Wonder Woman 1984. And you know what the best part of that movie is? The bad guy. Maxwell Lord. He actually comes off as a decent human being, while Wonder Woman comes off as a horrible person. Like, oh no. I'm like, oh. So anyways, I want to see that. So yeah, I'm noticing his back, and they're always glowing. Like,
right, because you can see a design behind his back and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
The design of Mecha G.
Mecha G. It sounds like there's gonna be epic rap battles of history going on.
Godzilla's out there and he's hurting people, and we don't know why.
There's something provoking him that we're not seeing here.
I'm of the same opinion.
The myths are real.
The myths are real. Okay, what does that mean?
Well, because again, what this trailer doesn't show is there's an extra couple of fight scenes, not just Godzilla and Kong, but these other creatures from what's called Hollow Earth.
Hollow Earth, huh?
Yeah.
They come from Middle Earth.
No, because in King of the Monsters, they explain that Godzilla gets around through, hollow tubes to get to one place to the other in such a quick flash, to where on the surface...
Hold on. Hollow tubes?
Yeah, there's hollow tubes in the Earth that kind of like activate is what you call like a wormhole. So
what? He can teleport to places now?
Not necessarily teleport, but swim.
Okay, yeah, I know he can swim.
Right,
fast.
It's just a quicker means of travel for him because, it acts as, like I said, a wormhole because it just sucks in water at such a fast pace and pushes whoever's through
you mean like a whirlpool?
Right.
Oh, okay. Because a wormhole is a phenomenon in space.
Right, but
okay.
this is
I was
the
about to say,
Earth,
like, what?
so.
Okay, okay, I get it.
But yeah, you'll if this trailer shows them or not, these like flying snake-like creatures called Warbat.
Oh man, that sounds like a transformer. But yeah, no, there is one called Ratbat. So yeah. So anyways, I was like the myths are true, and I'm like, what gave it away? Was it the destruction of everything from last time? I don't know. Like that seemed like a trailer line for normies. like I'm not saying I'm an elitist snob or anything, but it's like that seems like to get people hooked. People who have man, it still sounds like you're. You see, it sounds like a bag of chips. It really does.
That's me. That's just
I know.
me.
That's just weird. I'm like, I'm like, stop eating.
But let's try and finish up the trailer.
So yeah, I just think that's a line for the trailer. Like it's definitely something they try to hook people with, and I'm like, because a lot of people don't want to interpret anything as a sequel. And I'm like, that's dumb, because it is.
Yeah.
Like,
this is to be a sequel to Godzilla King of the Monsters and Kong on Skull Island.
Yeah, it's
what this is.
Well, I think a lot of people are steering Hollywood the wrong way from Twitter because they want to interpret everything as its own individual movie instead of a sequel, but they still want to have callbacks. I'm like, I don't know if you can have both.
Yeah.
So we will see. But the myths are true is a dumb line. I'm not letting that go. I'm like, why do you say that? Like, it's like Godzilla appears, meh. 2 cockroaches, meh. It's not until Kong that he's like, the myths are true. Like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that came from another movie. And they just put it in this one. I don't know. It just seems kind of dumb. But whatever.
There was a war.
What? What were those? Were those the slide sharks? Street sharks? The those worms you were talking about?
Oh, the war bats?
Yeah.
Yeah, they look like giant, like snake-like things.
Yeah, they're like snake tapeworms or something.
Yeah. Wait, that's
that's from long ago.
Hollow Earth. That's the Hollow Earth that they are talking about. That because if you look in the background behind Kong, it looks like there's a mountain that's hanging upside down, which is just weird looking. But it's like
I'll try to. I'll
nice
try
detail.
to look at it again. I don't see a upside down. I see a bunch of clouds. I don't see a mountain upside down yet. Let's see. Let's see if we can find it. I know there's he's got a stick and a bone on it. That's interesting.
Yeah, the axe.
Yeah, of course he has it. And these things are floating. They're not just they're flying. They're not just on the ground.
Right. Right.
And they're the last ones standing.
I keep reaching for greatness because I'm built from it.
Who bows to who?
Nobody gonna stop for me.
Kong
Here's
bows
the
to
interesting
no one.
thing, though.
I'm sorry?
I'm just saying. Here's the interesting thing about Kong's axe. It's a special axe. It's not just a rock or nothing like that. Because the blade part.
Oh yeah,
is the spine.
I was actually it looks like a spine of like something like Godzilla has on his back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I wonder if it has the power to absorb it or something. I don't know. Because without it, he'd be doomed.
Well, yeah, because a normal rock Godzilla because a normal rock would not be able to withstand Godzilla's atomic breath.
Oh no,
whatsoever.
No. Like without it, he'd be doomed.
Yeah.
Like even with it, I doubt he could stand up to Godzilla. I'm sorry, but it's just a giant ape.
I would agree with that. There's no way that a normal rock, even you sharpen, yes, it'll hurt Godzilla, but I don't think it would be able to do any real, critical damage.
Like even if you did damage Godzilla, he'd be like, that's fine.
Right. I mean, if anything, it would definitely, piss him off, but it's not gonna.
Yeah, and then he'd be like, okay, you cut me. It's staying in me, so you can't get it, or something like that. And then what are you gonna do? Like, you better make it count, or else you have to go back into close combat and re-get it.
Right.
Right.
So that part.
And if you've run away, he's going to atomic breath you.
I definitely feel like that's not a bad feature right there with it. That what's one of the best weapons to use is something of your own enemy. So the spine,
of course, yeah. So
the
they give him the axe.
A weapon works well, I feel.
I wonder if Godzilla even likes the serpents. I'm sure he's like, these lower life forms.
I don't even think he knows about them.
I don't think he cares. He's like,
that's true.
He's like, if they're a problem, I'll take care of them. But right now, you kind of made me mad.
Yeah,
it's nothing personal, just business. Okay, so we're almost done with this thing because it's in that song.
Let's just finish up the last little bit.
It's so generic. That song is so generic. You got the button off. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. You're trying to get me hyped up, but I'm thinking I've heard this so many times in like a sports commercial for Fight Club or something. I don't know. UFC challenge. Who the fuck? We're gonna go. Like, okay. And it's like, it actually reminds me of Batwoman. Because that series has bad music. But I never watched it. I watched it through somebody else. Because why would I torture myself?
Right.
Oh, man. We need to do that one day and watch that. Like, oh my gosh. I need to go through. I need to get the. I'm not getting Disney Plus because screw that. But I might but my brother has it, so I might get the ABC one, and use that and watch Picard and just hate watch that because I'm like, here's the thing. Like, I watched the original Star Trek, the one from the 1960s, and then I went to the animated series. If you want to see what animation is like from the 70s, that's really bad. That's like it's really bad, and it looks like they're on drugs. Like, I mean the animators. It seemed like the animators were on drugs, and the storytellers too, because there's a lot of weird things they did, and I'm like, you guys are on drugs. You have to be. They meet the devil. This guy clones Spock and makes him big. And there's a bunch of Spocks. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay. But then I went to TNG and I'm like, wow, this is a lot better. And I went through that one. Then I went through the best Trek, which is Deep Space Nine. Best Trek ever. And then I went to Voyager. Then I went through... what's the prequel series called? I can't remember. It's not Frontier, but it's kind of like it's a prequel to Star Trek itself, where it's basically Captain Archer goes out into then they go up to the galaxy for the first time, and they see what space really is like. They become pioneers, and that was mixed. You know, it was bad and good. Then I heard Discovery's okay to bad. Then Picard comes out, and I hear from every Star Trek fan that it betrayed everything that Star Trek builds. Kind of like how Star Wars did it with the sequel trilogy. Like, it's sort of like it buried them, and then it salted the earth. I'm like, that's what Picard I hear did. And then they Lower Decks. And I'm like, wow, you guys just don't care about your properties when you get them, do you? Oh my gosh. But people are like, yeah, I like that series. And I'm like, I quit in blind rage because half of it. But I might do it just to cover it. Because, oh my gosh. Just to see it again. Because the one thing I'm like, okay, small tangent on Star Trek, yay. I have plenty of time. It's my show. You ain't going anywhere. But the whole thing with TNG, even the original Star Trek, is like they had the idea of want for nothing. You know, it's they live in such a peaceful, unrealistic, peaceful society. There's no such thing as hate, racism, hunger, poverty. It's all gone. Like, yeah. And they'll hire anyone. Now it just sounds like you're chomping on pretzels. But still. Yeah. It does. Yeah. But so it's fine. If you are, that's fine. No, it's my headphones.
No. Just that happens.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Like, and the whole idea of they have slaves in Picard on Earth. The idea still goes up against that. And I'm like, that's not how it works. That's not how Gene Roddenberry would ever want it. Like, I don't even like Gene Roddenberry, like, ideas. And daggone, like, it's so dumb. I haven't seen it such a long time now. I've forgotten it. but I will go back to it because it's like, why are you doing this to this old man? Why? He can barely walk. He goes up these stairs, and he's like, ugh. And I'm like, why are you forcing him up the stairs? Stop it. He's old.
Yeah.
And the only reason they made that show anyways is because they hated Trump and didn't like Brexit. That's the only reason they made it. And that has been quoted by almost everybody. So it's like, man, I'm not getting it from nowhere. So anyways, back to Godzilla. Enough of... I'm not... Hey, if you enjoy it, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You can like it all you want. But here's the thing. There's a difference between you liking it and saying it's good.
Right.
There's a difference.
Oh, yeah.
Like Batman and Robin. It's bad. It's a bad movie. But I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. Because Arnold Schwarzenegger is awesome. And they eat the scenery like it's made out of my mom's meatloaf. Okay. Back to Kong. And people are like, leaving. Unfollow, unsubscribe. Hi, caramba. Well, that's a way to do it. Is Godzilla the bad guy? Thanks, Film Theory. So, yeah, it's kind of...
See, that's the thing, is I don't really feel in any way that...
No, when you built him up to be the good guy for 2 movies, I don't believe you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is I don't really believe that Godzilla is evil in
Unless
this.
he's being controlled like he was in the... there was one movie where he is mentally controlled. I forget which
Destroy
movie
All
that
Monsters,
is.
yes. He was being controlled in Destroy All Monsters.
So yeah, I think actually I want to talk about all kinds of things. I don't know. What's so I hope you're doing well. I don't know. What am I talking about? Oh man, it's kind of funny. I said I'll never buy anything from Disney, but I had to go to Disneyland. I had to go to Universal. So, and we went to the Disney Square or whatever, where basically it's like a bunch of restaurants and shops. That's all it is. And I went inside the Star Wars shop, and I got and I saw a poster that I just had to. I just had to have. It's a The Empire Strikes Back. And I love The Empire Strikes Back. It's I want to make a video about that actually, about how it's one of the best sequels. It's the golden standard for sequels. Like if you're not matching this, you haven't made a good sequel.
Yeah.
That and Godfather 2, I hear is one of the perfect sequels. But I haven't seen Godfather. See, here's the thing, though.
Same with me. I've heard and I've seen bits and pieces of Godfather, but I've never seen like the actual Godfather series.
Here's the thing, though. I started to watch The Godfather, and I was not interested. But here's the thing. It's a good movie. I'm just not interested.
Right.
There's a difference.
Yep.
It's kind of funny. I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the live-action movie, is a good movie. Unironically good. It's a good movie. And people are like, oh, if you like that one and think it's unironically good, then you don't have a right to criticize. That's what someone said to me. And I'm like, what? What? I don't know. Like, I enjoy that movie. It's not like it doesn't have any flaws. Of course it has flaws. Every movie has flaws. But it's really good. Like, it's a feel-good movie that you can put on and just to enjoy. That's definitely a subjective part of it. Because it does come from my childhood. So I definitely have a bias. but it's really good at basic storytelling. It doesn't have a hero's journey, but it does have like, dude, Raphael is the driving force of emotion in that movie. Like, it is so good because of Raphael's performance. He's the one that goes through the story arc, really.
You know, Falco, a while back there, man, I did find a video that I saved on YouTube that had about all from the Turtles movies with like how actually some of it was kind of creepy because the suits were starting to, you know, crack and fall apart and all that because nothing had been done with them for years.
Yeah.
But I was going to send that to you, but then shortly after I saved it, YouTube took it down.
Oh.
So it was like,
well, that
it was pretty interesting. Yeah, it was like, this is kind of interesting because it went through, because they talked about like, how there was,
in fact, you want to watch
depth about the costumes and all that, and it was like,
you want to,
and then the next day, it's gone.
Talking about, I think Raphael is the one who definitely has the story arc. They all have their own little story arcs, but Raphael is the one of the most. The focus is on him, really. The movie is the focus of Raphael. And when because when he gets home, he has these anger issues. And he's like, I lost this eye, I want to get it back. And he has all this rage and this. And you definitely feel this father-son thing, especially when, like, I'll be here for you, son. I want to temper your anger. Like, and it's a really good scene about how he definitely wants to not be so angry. He knows he shouldn't be, but he can't help it. You know, it's a very effectively emotional scene. It's just them in the dark, and it just goes around a Raph's head. Like, it's a really good scene. And then one of the best scenes, rage scenes, when they go home and find out he's been taken, and he's been kidnapped, and he comes home and he yells so loud that everyone hears it from above the streets, because he is so angry because his father, his sensei, never gave up on him, and so with him being gone, he doesn't know what to do, so he yells out in this pain. That like, wow, I'm getting a little misty eyed right now, because it's just like it's so good, like and then when he wakes up, all the rest of the turtles kind of gather around him, and then like there's a payoff from a Mikey line from earlier in the movie where he says and he's talking to Donatello. It's like Donatello's like, what would it be like, you know, him not being here, you know, and he shrugs it off, saying like, oh well, he's late, $15 off, you know, because he's waiting for the pizza. And then later on, when he's next to the fire, when they see his master again and they're talking to him, he has a very emotional scene where he starts crying. And that's the payoff, because he covers his emotions up with comedy. And so when he saw his master, it just kind of broke that wall. It's very subtle. Like, I still think that's definitely good. And so Raph becomes a better person by the end, because he actually doesn't let his anger control him by the end of the movie. And then the fight scene at the end, heck yeah, man. Good fight. Especially one versus Shredder. Shredder is very intimidating when he lands.
Oh, the way that, the way he came down and all that,
And you know what? They replicate that in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Batman. I'm like, I need to see that. Because there's like callbacks from every single Turtles and Batman property. You know? Like they say, you remember that scene for Turtles 2? It's like, you gotta do napkins? What for? They do that in the Turtles movie. They do that in the Batman and Turtle movie.
Huh. Okay.
Like, you gotta... But you don't need to know everything. They still have enough character to be their own characters in the movie. But if you're a Turtles or a Batman fan, you'll actually see these little bitty things. They even criticize each other. You know, because both of them are absurd in their own ways. Like, Batman has a bunch of blimps in the sky. Why does he have blimps in the sky? Like, in the old Gotham City. And they point that out.
Interesting.
What?
Just because I've never seen anything of that. So.
Oh, it's I want to see it so bad. I hear it's really good. In fact, when they give in fact, Shredder is Shredder and the Foot Clan meet the League of Assassins with Ra's al Ghul, and I'm like, that's perfect. Like, that makes so much sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so they trade the secrets to the immortal pit. You know, I forget what it's called. The Lazarus Pit. Yeah.
Yeah, the Lazarus.
The Lazarus Pit for information on Lazarus Pit for trading for mutagen. And so what happens is that they go into Arkham Asylum, and they give mutagen to every single Arkham inmate. and so like they transform into animals. So like Mr. Freeze becomes a polar bear.
Oh dang.
Get it? Because it's
because he's cold.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of interesting like things that happen there, but it's really good. And then they end up eating pizza in the end. I'm like, oh, it sounds like a really cool movie to watch just to have lots of fun. Because when they do a crossover good with references that don't get in the way, it's really good. Like I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen it being reacted to. I'm like, I want to see it. That and Power Rangers and Godzilla King of the Monsters. I'm not a big movie watcher nowadays. Because I have things to do.
I just catch what I catch.
I'm writing a script. I need to catch up on my speed runs, make sure I don't get rusty. You know. You know, I'm thinking about actually speed running Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. I'm getting really good at it. Last time I got 37 minutes and 37 seconds.
Nice.
First, I was playing on casual. Why not? But I did beat it on veteran. It didn't do anything for me, so I'm like, I don't want to do that again. It's not like it's hard, but it's like, if I'm not going to get anything from it, then why do it again?
Right.
Oh my goodness, man! Talking is an easy way to get to 2 hours.
Easily, yeah, because the time just flies. So.
Oh yeah, it's actually 11 o'clock here.
Yeah,
and I'll take that time probably to actually go take a shower before movie night, probably. Like I said, what are you up to?
At the moment, nothing too much. I'm probably gonna.
I don't know, talking to some loser online. Oh wait.
Hey, the hell, Birdman.
Birdman. Oh my gosh, I want to see that episode of Harvey Birdman where he actually is Birdman, and it's just their voices, but in an actual episode. Like, that was the most hilarious thing ever. It's really good. Or that one where they censor certain older episodes of Super Friends. I don't know, Robin, but he did a good job of pooping us. I'm like, what? Those are really good too. And the old Cartoon Network commercials are really good too. Like, I kind of miss those when they made fun of Super Friends.
Right.
So there was this Powerpuff girls save the old things, and they said like And Wonder Woman is like, you girls are going to be great superheroes one day. Yeah, we'll be just as built as you. And the guys start laughing because we'll be just as filled out as you. They're talking about her breasts.
Right.
And I'm like, what? How can you? But they don't say that out loud. You know, it's like, oh, I get it.
Right.
It's really good.
Kids.
I'm like, but no, actually it's funnier because they don't say it. And so the guys start laughing uncontrollably. And Wonder Woman's like, jerks, dumb Powerpuff Girls. Oh my gosh. One of my favorites is the one we used to quote, me and Edgelord used to quote all the time back when we were growing up, was there's one commercial with the Legion of Doom. They're talking about how to destroy the Super Friends.
Oh gosh.
And so it's like we have personal needs. You know, they start to complain to Lex Luthor, you know. And like he was like, Solomon Grundy wants to speak, like, and like all I want some pants, a decent pair of pants. And like Solomon Grundy want pants too. Like, what? It's really good, and I'm like, they don't make them like this anymore. They don't put fun of themselves. Like they got it. Some of the favorites for like WB kids, where it's like Yugi tries to order a hamburger, and like so it's like what do they say? He's like, I would like a pizza, no, a hamburger. Like, okay, I'll have a hamburger, because little Yugi is ordering, but Yugi keeps interrupting him in his head. And so he's like, I actually want some pizza, and Yugi's like, a hamburger. He's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll have a hamburger. And and he tells all the toppings, like, and don't forget the ketchup. Like, oh my gosh. It's really good. I'm like, these stupid commercials they used to have. But they were just disappointing fun. Anyways, I need to probably get off before movie night. Sorry if you're not a part of the same Discord. You're not allowed. Boo. It's kind of funny how you can't. Okay, before that, there's an actual better Discord. I will put down there. If you want to tell me I'm a bad person, you can tell me directly on Discord. I'm a bad person. That Falco guy, what a jerk. He said some things that are like, oh my gosh, how could you say that on television? So anyways, I'll say goodbye for now, and let's see if actually we can do the raids of Shadow Legends. So,
all right.
No, not you. Go away, you.
Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
Okay, that's fine.
See ya, Falco.
All right.
Catch you later, man.
See you there, Kevin. Bye.
Bye.
Let's get rid of display. Boop. All right. Let's see. We're probably gonna get to. Oh, there's. Which one do I trust you guys with? Ooh, Skull. Oh, there's Bloodborne being played. We're gonna go to. Oh, I can't because I have no chat. I have no chat, and I must speak. Let's see. Alright. Eat your meats. Hope you guys enjoy. I'm afraid I won't be there for long. So if I don't see you guys, make sure you have a fantastic day and stay safe out there. And don't worry, things will get better. Bye-bye.